if somebody comes to the front door, it will tell me that there are people at the front door.
Yeah.
So it's constantly like, it tells me on my iPad, on my phone, on my watch. It's like, okay, I'm not even fucking home. What does it matter to me? Why are you bothering me?
I get that all the time at Walt's house. Like, we'll be outside in the garage.
I don't even have
this. And his wife keeps looking down at her wrist because we're walking around in the garage.
I don't even have that. I can't tell on my devices that there's somebody at my front door, but you can hear.
Yes, on the Fire Stick.
It's so weird.
That is weird.
Oh, you can tell if there's people at Walt's house?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
He's tapped into your system.
And then when I leave here and I get home and I pull into the driveway, he'll start speaking to me through the speaker.
No.
Yes.
That is so fucking funny.
He'll start talking to me in the driveway as I get out of the car from the light. Or whatever.
What do you say?
Hope you had a safe trip home.
Oh my
See you tomorrow.
So he at any time can look at your video feed.
From the driveway, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other cameras in your house or just that one?
Just in the driveway.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have like a security system or anything.
How much time do you spend watching?
You can't because it times out. So.
Well, times out how?
Like, it times out like after 2 minutes and then it won't let you look back again for a while. I don't know why.
What's the point of it?
I don't know why. It may be because it's a remote. It's because we're remote from the house.
So how many 2-minute increments do you check? How often are you just like, let me see what's going on for 2 minutes?
Like if I wonder if he left for come here.
I didn't know this.
I go, Alexa, show me the garage.
Wait a minute. I can't think of only one reason why you're like, let me see if I can get something in before the boss gets here. Right? There's only one reason why you're wondering if I left to come here yet, right? I can't think of any other reason.
Because I got a 13%er here.
That is not the case.
How much longer till I have to put my pants back on?
Oh, boy.
I'm just painting a picture. But I can't think of any other reason why he's worried if I'm on the way or not.
Or if you're expecting a delivery and you're like, let me know when this delivery comes. And
I've never even asked you that.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Because like I think like when you were expecting the War of the Undead or one of the other things, you were like, yeah, let me know if you see those boxes in front of the garage.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And you don't know how to check the camera.
I have no idea how to check the camera.
Well, like I said, the Fire Stick is attached to his Amazon account. So, like when you're watching, Pluto, a thing will come up and say, hey, there's someone at the front door or there's someone at the garage.
I see.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well,
hey, how much did the fires affect you when you were in L.A.? The I-10 shutting down.
I just heard about it.
You heard about it?
I didn't really. I was mostly going from Burbank to,
Oh, gotcha.
Down to Beverly Hills area was my range this time around.
Gotcha. Yeah, did you see the big fires in L.A. melted like the overpass and shit? Yeah, I guess I was not aware of this, but I would say it's a good idea if the fire didn't start. But I guess like when you have overpasses and stuff, there's like those areas that are fenced in underneath, and the city leases that to people for private storage.
Yeah.
Am I understanding?
Yeah, they were
that
storing.
correctly?
There was a grocery place nearby that was storing pallets there, old pallets.
Yeah, they're storing pallets. So I guess somehow the pallets caught on fire, and then it burns up the whole fucking freeway that's over top of it. Yeah.
From what I heard, there was
illegal, right?
There was a homeless. No, I heard there was a homeless encampment nearby, and that got pushed out because there's a Chinese president coming to California. And they cleared the streets.
Cleared everything out.
They cleared the streets and put up fences around all the sidewalks and everything. So there was a homeless encampment under there. Fire started there. It spread to the pallet storage, and then everything went up. Kind of like
Was there anything on the pallets?
No, just pallets.
Are pallets in that demand that you have to you just can't recycle them, or like what are you saving them for?
You have to ship them back normally, but then you have to wait until you have an empty truck to ship them back because it doesn't make sense to ship them in a partially full truck. Because then you got to move the pallets out to get to the stuff behind it. So they'll store them.
Tell him, Steve, Dave. I can't deal with it anymore. It's terrible.
Pallets and brine. Well, doesn't he have something interesting to say? That's why he's here, right?
Yeah. Don't ask the question if you don't want the answer. I worked in the grocery system for a while. I know about pallets.
I drove like 40 miles to be here.
But you had a very special engagement over the weekend. You went to
my
aunt's 100th birthday, and I asked him to ask his aunt.
Oh, wow.
What are the top 3 things you should do to make it to 100 and the top 3 things you shouldn't do
Wow. All right.
to make it to 100. And Git'em asked him, and what was her answer?
Well, can I ask about this? Like, should we? What has this woman done that we should be taking it? Just living to 100?
Well, isn't that enough?
Well, not if she was like.
Depends on the circumstances under which she was living, I guess. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Is she like living with those pallets? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
is she
know a
in
lot of
hospice
homeless
care
people
for
that make
10
it to
years?
100.
No. She has a house down in Tom's River. She's had it for like decades.
okay.
With my uncle Tony died in I think 2000.
All right,
All right.
enough.
Okay. All right. So she's good. All right. So what's her answers?
You don't need to go into every minute
Uncle
detail.
Tony.
I should preface this was at the end of her party, so she was very tired.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it during the party because there were so many people.
Kill yourself. That's your advice? No, I'm talking to you.
So here you go. My boss wanted me to wish you a happy 100th birthday, but he wanted me to ask you 2 questions. So what are the 3 things that you do to make it to 100?
Yeah, this was a success. You pulled it off.
Don't worry too much.
Don't worry too much?
Right.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's-
Don't worry too much.
First answer, don't worry too much.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I worry all the time. I'm
Really?
not going to be
About
all the
purses?
time.
You do not seem like a guy who spends 1 second overthinking
Worrying?
or worrying.
He's been
Oh,
worrying
no.
about curses for like the past 4 weeks.
Yeah, that really
No,
shocks me.
I worry
because-
about Sage a lot. Like
Yeah.
once I'm gone, I worry about Sage. She's been sick recently, so I worry about her.
COVID.
Then, no, it's just some fucking allergy cough that won't let go.
I thought you had the ability to, like, turn that off.
No, me, no.
No.
I keep everything inside. Unless I'm exploding, of course. But that doesn't even happen anymore recently, So everything just stays inside.
What about you, Q? You're a worrier by nature?
Not as much anymore. I think what she has way more experience than me is you just look back and all the shit that you did worry about, most of it amounted to nothing. So imagine 100 years of that, of being like, I spent 100 years worrying about shit and none of it really worked out anyway, like I was worried about. So in retrospect, it's easy to be like, I shouldn't have worried about any of that.
I love Q taking it away from her.
Yeah, me too. I like it. I'm listening to Q. I'm not listening to her.
I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong because, like, I worry so much, anxiety about things that I don't even talk about, but it's, at the end of the day, the worrying does nothing. It doesn't change.
Why is it so hard to stop it then? Because I agree 100% with you.
Yeah.
And there are so many times where I'm like, just get it out of your mind. Push it out of your mind. Stop obsessing over it,
Because it won't change anything. If you're not worried about it, the outcome's probably going to be the same as if you were worried. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah, it's tough.
But yeah, it is kind of like if you can just find that Zen spot where you're like, you realize it's like, no matter how much I worry about whatever it is you're worried about, it's probably not going to be affected if I stop worrying about it. But then you kind of come across as if you're not worried about it, are you?
You're being too laissez-faire.
Are you not being as human as you should be then? I don't know. It's tough.
I think if you catch yourself worrying a lot, I think there is something to using it almost as like a mantra of like, there's no point worrying about this. I'll deal with it when it comes. To try and break the cycle in your head, you train yourself not to worry about it a little bit, There's nothing you can do. Like, I'm sure you worry about your kids. Like, you worry about,
that's the biggest worry. Oh, yeah.
But none of your worrying is going to do anything. Right. So, I don't know.
Like, the worst thing that ever happened was, the worst and best thing that ever happened was these apps that let you follow people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just like,
Git'em has one on you. So maybe they're not the best.
But they had in a world where now you track and you know where people, it's just like.
And your daughter doesn't mind that, huh? She doesn't mind getting tracked?
She doesn't know.
No.
So she has to know.
In this day and age, I think that, it's just another like safety measure. You like,
especially for a young woman.
Where you're at.
Especially for a young woman, I think that I think it's valuable. But I can tell you, like, at the time when Pam or Edgar, like, I'm like in my 20s and they're like, hey, we want to know where you are at all times. and we're going to put this GPS on you. What?
Fuck out of here.
The fuck out of my face.
Put a collar on you like a bear.
Well, as a guy who worries, I wanted to see if you guys were open to like us sharing our locations at all times between us three.
Sure.
I mean, when you just
I'm all right with
I'll
it.
just know where you're at all times. You'll know where I'm at, and it'll just be like a little peace of mind. I thought.
I have zero problem with that.
All right,
I have
awesome.
no
You're
problem.
the first podcast that probably does that.
That follows each other and makes
Yeah.
sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, but I have no problem. My parents, my parents now actually can
track you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's just an extra level of safety.
But you started by saying that it makes you worry more.
Yeah, because if all of a sudden if the location can't be found,
Right. You're like, that could most likely be a technical issue.
yes, most of the time. It is. Yeah.
And then your head just spins
but your
out.
head, and then if it doesn't come online, and you call and no answer. And,
Yeah. How often a day do you look at?
I've been pretty good lately, where I try to go like a week without looking.
Got you.
But and then I broke it last night. I had a week, 7 days straight.
Oh, not bad.
Now, when you check in on somebody, can they tell that you checked in on them?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be weird though? Like if I can't find your location queue at like 2 a.m. and I start calling you incessantly?
At 2 a.m., I'd be like, you know where I am. Trust me, you know where I am.
But you're in LA. I'm worried. There's fires. I hear. There's a pallet inferno on the highway, and I can't get a hold of you.
I'm all right, Walt. Walt, I'm okay.
I was injured in a severe brining incident.
Needle slipped.
But yeah, it's Auntie has something there now.
Yeah, she does. And she still goes to the casinos like at least once a month, twice a month.
Okay,
That's
that's
what
good.
a lot of old people like to do. That's
Yeah.
how they like to wait out the clock, is by losing money at a casino.
Oh, no. She does not lose. She is...
I know that everybody likes to think that they don't lose, but
She's pretty good.
she's pretty good, huh?
How can you be good at the slots, though? She plays slots, I assume?
I'm not sure exactly which game she plays.
So how do you know that she's good then if you don't even know? what
Because
game
I
she's
hear
playing?
about the updates. Like,
She's only telling you the wins, Git'em.
okay, if you insist.
Git'em's inheritance is
It's dwindling by the day. Dwindling by the bus trip.
It's at Bally's. Your inheritance is now property of Bally's.
Because when we go to like holiday dinners, there'll be a table of stuff that the casinos gave her for winning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What kind of stuff?
Like crock pots and stuff like that.
It's so weird. Mary Beth's, he lives in Vegas and he's a gambler, so he likes to go to the casinos and get all that shit. Dude's fucking rich. I don't know why he cares about crock pots and electric knives and like all this stuff, but
'cause it's free.
people fucking love it. Yeah. You'll see at a certain point, like everybody in just this mass wave walking out with a crock pot under their arm.
You couldn't fucking pay me to take the crock pot out of a casino.
What a
You're
pain in the
I gotta carry
ass.
this to the car.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where's the nearest fucking wastebasket? Because this is where I'm dumping this piece of shit.
They're little ones, but I got it ready for when we get the house fixed up. Yeah.
You have the crock pot ready to go?
Yeah. I have a crock pot and an Instant Pot.
Where are they
Aside from
stored?
taking it out of the box, how do you get it ready to go?
It's sitting in a shed on the property.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So have we covered? Don't worry. Is it? You think, or is there anything?
But then wasn't it Bobby McFerrin? Don't worry, be happy. And then he offed himself, didn't he?
No, he died of cancer, didn't he?
Did he die of cancer?
That'd be horrible if he killed himself. What was his name?
Bobby McFerrin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Be happy. Right. That
Now
guy?
Robin Williams, who was
Yeah.
in the video for that, did kill himself, but that was an
Okay.
entirely different reason.
I was not aware he was in the video for that.
Yeah.
That's irony, right? What do you got here, Git'em? Everybody's feverishly looking up stuff on their phones to see if Bobby McFerrin killed himself.
Yeah, I can't see.
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive?
Yeah, 73.
There you go.
Don't worry.
He's still active, it says.
I remember the last Bobby McFerrin reference I remember was on The Simpsons decades ago when it's like the song was playing on the radio and then he's like, that's the latest from Bobby McFerrin. I'm worried, need money.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah.
Let's go on to Auntie's
All right, yeah.
second answer.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. And have a good time.
That's two.
If he needs a
What was it?
Have a good time.
That's very subjective.
Yeah.
She is not taking these questions seriously.